7 habits, 7 proofs. Fine. 7 habits, 7 proof. Basically, here I want to focus on what to do. Then I will also let you know what not to do. First, what to do, and actually, the more important part is what not to do. Because now, these days, we are having the information bombardment. You are sitting in the class, I'm speaking, your Instagram and my Instagram is also listening. Ki acha, lecture is going on. How to read the newspaper. Fine. And accordingly, it is going to alter the algorithm basis of what the Instagram, Facebook, or any social media platform they are listening through your microphone and camera. So they always take an access of your microphone and camera, and they are keep listening. So they will provide you the algorithmic based content. Fine. What you are going to search, what you are going to watch, they are going to use these algorithms. Fine. So with the social media platforms, you are going to get good amount of content. I didn't say that good content. I didn't say that good content. I said that good amount of content. So good amount of content is available. Sometimes this content is given by proven people. For example, toppers or some leading teachers, they are providing. But I am not a person who can eat lunch, breakfast, dinner, snacks at the same time. Number one. Number two, I have a limit of my appetite. Number three, I have my preferences. Number four, I have my own habit. Fine. So information which is available that need to be absorbed in a specific manner by passing these tests. So you should not follow every topper. You should not follow every advice. Those advice of someone have said that ki I woke up, suppose civil services topper came and he said that ki I woke up at 2 a.m. and you are sleeping at 2 a.m. Fine. Now you want to change. No, you want to change. You try to change. You woke up at 2 and you are doing this. Fine. You tried for at least week, but you become more weak because you are not able to have a proper digestion. Your sleep cycle is being disturbed. Everything is being disturbed. And but you are in this mode. Ki, nahi, I will follow the topper's advice to woke up at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. Not going to work. Not going to work. Even if you are able to woke up at 6, 6:30 or 7. Fine. 7. Beyond 7, I will not recommend because UPSC exam start at 9 a.m. So by 9 a.m., your mind should be in the optimal condition. You have to condition your brain in such a way so that you will be optimal at 9 a.m. So after 7, it is not recommended. Ideal time is if you are studying till then late, then 6, 6:30 is a fine time. By 7, you should be in a position so that you can read. Fine. And if you are taking too much time to read at night, then at least half an hour to 45 minutes to 1 hour break of the sleep is required in between the morning and afternoon cycle. So from 6, 6:30 in the morning till then 1, I'll go for one stretch. I will take my food. I will go for this 5 minutes walk in the house or hostel itself. And then I will take a nap for half an hour to 45 minutes. Then again, I will start my day. Fine. But if you are one stretch person, like if you are able to sleep at 10, 10:30 or 11 and you are waking up at 6, 6:30 in the morning, then you do not need to go for that break of sleep in between. So every person can customize here. It's not like that ki you have to hard follow the particular rule or schedule. Rule or schedule should be fixed as per your convenience. But convenience doesn't mean that you are going to wake up at 10 or 11 in the morning. Fine. It should not be like that. So lot of information are available on the various platforms. So it is very important for us to balance both what to do, what not to do. And especially in the context of newspaper. So first, number one, go to the editorial and open edge page. Fine. So in the newspaper, the most important part is what? Editorial part. Why it is important as an editorial part? Because it provides an analysis of particular most important thing as per that newspaper. So what newspaper think that this is an important issue right now happening in our country, in our society, in our area, that is an important issue. For that issue, they will invite certain experts to write the article in their newspaper. So suppose you are running a newspaper and you have to write an editorial. Are you going to pick any random topic, or you are going to pick any important topic to be mentioned in the editorial and open its page? Random topic or important topic? Important topic. So where you can find the most important topic of the day? Where you will find the most important topic? The editorial page. So what is going right now in my country, in the international arena, or in the economy, or in the society? So what things are going in the society, what things are going in the economy, what things are happening in our political system, what things are happening in international system, any important development in the science and technology, any important development in the sports, all these things are going to be what? All those things are going to be focused in where? Which part of the newspaper? They are going to be focused in the part of editorial section. So editorial section is a section where you are going to find out most important news. Fine. So this is why we will prefer to start with what? Editorial. Now, if you'll see that today's editorial portion, PDT Acharya on page number 8, he have mentioned about what? SIR. You said that, sir, I'm a beginner. And being as a beginner, how I'm able to do the analysis of that particular news. So I didn't say that you have to do the analysis. I just said that you can find the most important news of ongoing day, like in past few days, like if I'll say in past 10 days. In past 10 days, what are the major important issues of important international, national, politics, economy, international relations, science and technology, where you will find the most important articles? On the editorial page. Why? Because on the editorial page, they are being analyzed. Now, the counter question from the student is, sir, I'm a beginner. How I can analyze the article? I'm not asking you as a beginner to analyze the article. I'm asking you to read that article and extract important conceptual theoretical information mentioned in that article. So read it and extract. For example, when you read this article, troubling judgment. Fine. When you read this article, which is mentioned on the editorial page of the Hindu, if you'll read, you will find 2-3 things important in this. On SIR verdict, hands you complete argument, Article 324 to 327, Representation of People Act, Rule 25, and the ECI versus Home Ministry overreach on deciding citizenship document. Fine. So these are the important anchors which is going to give you the understanding about the topic, not the analysis. As a beginner, you will not able to analyze. Those who have completed their polity section, for them there will be analysis. But for you as a beginner, you can only extract the good information for your concept building, for your understanding. You can extract those information in the editorial page. Similarly, if you see this part, means general studies, see, if you have already did the PYQ analysis, if you have did the PYQ analysis, you can, while reading this article, when you will read this article and you have did your PYQ analysis and syllabus analysis already, then automatically this will pop up in your mind. What will pop up in your mind? ECI proposed electoral reforms, the SIR debate in 2026 update, GS Mains 2 2022 question. In the 2022 question, they have asked, judicial independence is a prerequisite for democracy. Judicial interdependence is a prerequisite for democracy. Why this question is attached to this article? Because PDT Acharya, he want to say that ki sometimes even judiciary can be influenced. Fine. Because of misleading facts or individual person's opinion. So this is why election commission's power of citizenship decision of home ministry and how the constitution interpret the power of election commission, all these things you can relate it with what GS paper 2 question on judicial independence. So the editorial page should be read and extract all the important facts, information, articles, reports, committee. It is being mentioned in that which part? Editorial part. So editorial analysis is not required. Read the editorial and extract the information. Why I will go to the editorial page? In order to know that what are the important things as per the newspaper. So for newspaper, The Hindu, SIR debate is an important topic. Fine. So that is why they have mentioned this article in the editorial page. When I will read that article, I will come to know about Election Commission of India is mentioned in Article 324. So my purpose as a beginner, again I'm using the word, my purpose as a beginner is to not be worried about what analysis is there. My purpose is to extract important information. Fine. You will be maybe surprised. I usually not recommend to read the editorials for beginners. I usually do not recommend. Why? Because majority of the students, while reading the editorial, they will try to do the analysis. To understand analysis, you should know all these things. And to read those things, it is going to take your time. And when you are going to spend that time to understand the background, already you have spent 4 or 5 hours. And now editorial itself have took the entire day. This usually happen with the many of the students. They spend the entire day only on the editorial page to understand it. Nahi karna understand. Only I am looking towards the editorial to know first what important things are happening according to the Hindu in the society. So Hindu is feeling that what is important? SIR debate is important. So I come to know that ki, acha, SIR is another topic which is right now trending in the newspaper, or newspaper feels that it is an important topic. Fine. I have read the headline, and after reading the headline, I will use the test 1, test 2, and test 3. Fine. If it is passing test 1, test 2, test 3, then I will focus on it and I will read it. And while reading, my objective is not to understand the analysis. My objective is ki for this analysis, what facts, theory, concept, committee, commission, the writer have mentioned in its article. And I will extract and I will move on. ठीक है? दिल पे नहीं लेना है. Do not take it on your heart ki how I am not able to understand. Are bhai, you are a beginner, you maybe not understand. Even sometimes those who have completed their classes, they are not able to understand. They come with the newspaper and they ask, sir, I am not able to get it. So this is what I am emphasizing. Please do not take on your heart if you are not able to understand the entire article. Absolutely fine. Only focus on to know what is going on, and in this topic, what are the important things related to the exam, committee, commission, report, article, particular things, data is being mentioned. Only these things need to be extracted, and you can analyze the PYQ in the context. Fine. Now, nail every retained story to static anchor. The current affairs without the static spin is just trivia. Name the syllabus anchor before you write. Name the syllabus anchor. So when you are going to write, you must have the clarity in the mind कि when you are going to write anything, whether you are going to write that thing for your optional, you are going to write thing for your GS paper 1, or you are going to write for GS paper 2, GS paper 3, GS paper 4, or essay. So when you are going to write anything, Anything on the paper, it must start with what? Which part of the syllabus is target? If it is targeting 2-3 part, you can mention GS paper 2, GS paper 3, GS paper 4. If it is targeting one area or two area, you should mention with the syllabus. So the revived delimitation bill, Constitutional 131 Amendment Bill 2026, page 1 and page 5. The Trinamool rebellion is only a trigger. The substance is entirely static. What it means that? See, what is being written here? The Trinamool trigger, the Trinamool rebellion is only a trigger. The Trinamool rebellion is only a trigger. The substance is entirely static. Substance is entirely static. Fine. What it means that? It means that ki what information have came in the newspaper, that is just a trigger. Actual case is what? Actual case is 10th schedule. 10th schedule and anti-defection law. So if you remember that few years back, Shiv Sena was also having the same issue. Even Aam Aadmi Party, fine, their MPs also went for the rebellion and they joined the BJP. What was the rule or law or amendment was in the news? It was 10th schedule and anti-defection law. So whenever you will see such news, rebellion, joining other political party, fine, defection, all these things, two things will be automatically triggered. That is anti-defection law and 10th schedule. So see, it is the newspaper is not something only the current. Newspaper is always in the background having what? Static part. So when you see the Trinamool news, you have to revise which part? 10th schedule and anti-defection law. Fine. Again, if you are a beginner, and being as a beginner, you do not know what is 10th schedule is, what is anti-defection law is, but at least you are capable enough to mention, if it is mentioned in the article 10th schedule, can you mention it here or not? You can write the 10th schedule, you can write the anti-defection law. No need to worry about ki I do not know this, but at least you have identified. What you have identified? Ki the Trinamool issue is basically issue of what? 10th schedule and anti-defection law. So you are absorbing this news. So suppose someone is reading the newspaper from February onwards. If you was reading the newspaper from February onwards, fine. So you need not to work on this key Trinamool issues related to what? If you're reading the newspaper from February onwards, you have already seen what happened in the case of Aam Aadmi Party. Rebellion happened and what came in the news? 10th schedule and anti-defection law came into the news. And now where the rebellion happened? Trinamool Congress. Again, what will come? This. Now tomorrow in some other political party, same kind of rebellion will happen after 3-4 months. Then do you think you need to find out which is going to be in the news? You already know that what will come in the picture? Anti-defection law and 10th schedule will come into the picture. So this is what the beauty of the reading of the newspaper. This time you have to make an effort to find out this Trinamool issues related to what? Maybe it will take time this time, 10th schedule and anti-defection law. But once it is being done one time, later on, even after 6 months or 1 year, any rebellion will happen in political party. Immediately in your mind, what will trigger? 10th schedule and anti-defection law. So this is why this need to be done thoroughly. The strongest stories are not single use. Pull the prelims fact, mains tension, and essay example from one line. Example, the Great Nicobar Project. Okay, so the Great Nicobar Project, Government of India is planning to have a transshipment hub at where? Great Nicobar. Fine. Now see how I have analyzed this. So the Great Nicobar project is related to prelims. Where it is being there? Galathea Bay. Fine. Fine. Leatherback turtles. Nicobar prelims related information. Galathea Bay, leatherback turtles, Nicobar, megapod, 91,000 crore rupees investment for transshipment hub. So in this way, this news is focusing on what? Certain important prelims fact. Certain important prelims fact. So when you will read this, you will find that ki leatherback turtles, Nicobar megapod, and Galathea Bay, where this transshipment project is being implemented, and government is going to spend how much? 91,000 crores. Fine. So now see this news. This news is how it is related to essay, because in order to project or in order to develop this Great Nicobar project, government have to clean the forested area, and that is why multiple agencies, or you can say that NGOs, even political parties, they are opposing this project. They are saying that if with this project, many of the rainforest area and the forested area will be reduced, and it is unnecessarily create an environmental crisis. So how this Great Nicobar project is related to essay? In 2022, they have asked the essay, forests are the best case study for economic excellence. So they asked the question on essay. Similarly, in the mains, they have asked this question in 2018, Biodiversity and Biological Diversity Act 2002. This question was asked in GS paper 3. Mains GS paper 3 again. Intra-generational equity, sustainable development. So once you will do the PYQ analysis, you will come to know that economic development is not just a single thing. It is having multiple attachment. So economic development or sustainable economic development, which one is required? Sustainable economic development. Fine. So development should not happen in the way where one generation is going to enjoy the development's benefits and other generation is going to face the crisis of the development by previous generation. Fine. So this question was asked. So if you have analyzed the PYQ, fine, and you will read the Nicobar project, then all these questions will start triggering your mind. Ki environmental protection is more important or economic growth is more important, or growth and development is more important or sustainable development is important. So this Great Nicobar project is a project where prelims, GS paper 2, GS paper 3, even GS paper 4 and essay paper. So all these papers are what? Attached with which project? Nicobar project. So are you going to miss it or are you going to make it proper notes on it? Tell me. So it should belong in tier 1, tier 2 or tier 3 or skip. Tier 1 top priority. Tier 1 top priority. So have you seen that? See, actually for your reference only, don't be get scared ki how I will able to find the connection. I'm a beginner. How I will able to find the 2022 essay and then 2018, 2020 questions being asked. This portion I have put you for reference. Fine. Once you will do your PYQ analysis, you can do on your own and you can do better than me. Trust me. So once your PYQ analysis and your syllabus analysis is thoroughly done, this need not to be something you feel ki it is an extraordinary thing. How I am able to do that? You will able to do and you will able to do in the more better manner. You will be able to connect. Like after this discussion, you yourself told me Nicobar project is a project which need to be given tier 1 priority. Right? Tier 1 priority, you yourself have mentioned me. Now, if I will talk about Trinamool issue. So Trinamool issue is related to the static topic of anti-defection, and 10th schedule. Fine. So if I know the main features of the 10th schedule and anti-defection law, that is enough. Yes or no? So it should be in tier 1 or tier 2? It should be in tier 2. This is what I am trying to tell you. Gradually, you will learn and gain your strength and you will become confident. But majority of the people will break in first 2 to 3 months. Started with high enthusiasm. Fine, I am going to prepare for the civil services. Fine. And most of the time, what happened? Majority of the people, like, I hope majority of the people are coming from humble background, like a middle class family. So for a middle class family, dreaming for to become an IS officer is always a big dream. You are born in a family where everyone is in the government job and senior officials, then that civil services thing is nothing going to be new. Haan, to kya hua? What happened? We are already achieved this thing. Fine. So what happened in the middle class family? Civil services preparation become always emotional. Over enthusiasm. Fine. So over enthusiasm, emotions are going to always run high, especially in the beginning. Especially in the beginning. And because of more emotions and over enthusiasm, people start doing the Herculean task. Fine. They will pick the Herculean task. I will start classes only when I will finish my all NCRTs. While topic is going to be taken by the teacher, I will finish all the NCRTs. I will make the notes of entire newspaper. Fine. All these Herculean things. Fine. Herculean things because see, you have to set the small target, fulfill it, gradually increase your goal and target. Do not go for entire 1 year plan and all these things. 1 week from today, what date is today? 9th of June. 9th of June to 19th of June, what are my goals? And how I can set the goals in such a manner so that it should be difficult but not impossible to achieve. Difficult but not impossible to achieve. And I will review my progress after 19th of June. So what I have achieved from 9th of June to 19th of June, I will analyze it and accordingly I will set the goal of next 10 days. I have my target. I have my target. What is my target? My target is majority of the general studies subjects and my optional must be finished by December. History, polity, economy, geography, and optional subject must be finished by December, maximum to maximum January, because I have to appear in 2027. So if I am going to appear in 2027, so my long-term goal is to appear and clear 2027. For that, I have a plan to finish my optional by this. But when it is about execution strategy of only week or 10 days. Do not create a strategy of execution of 1 month, 45 days, 6 months. Why? I'll tell you why. Because suppose you have fixed a goal of 1.5 month. Okay, 1.5 month, and you have not did anything substantive for initial 10 days. Okay, you have not did anything substantial for initial 10 days. Then still you're thinking ki I have set the goal for 45 days and I have not did the sufficient work, but still I have how many days? Still I have in 10 days you have not did any work. You set the goal for how many days? 45 days. And initial 10 days you have not did any work. But still you are having a hope. Still I have how many days? Still I have 35 days. In that I will cover. Fine. So you will be what? You will be relaxed. Now you have spent 15 days. Still substantial work is not being there. Still I have 30 days. Now the moment you cross 25 days and still no substantial work is being done and only 20 days are left, then you will get panic. And you will say that, Arey, now it is impossible to do this work in remaining 20 days. Let's stretch the goal for another 40 days or another 20 days. So the goal which you have set for the 40 days, initial 20 days you have completely wasted. That is going to be in garbage, and you have extended that goal for another 40 another 20 days. So the goal which should be finished in 45 days, it have dragged to 65 days, and might be it end up in 70 to 80 days. And then people say that, sir, this year I do not want to attempt. मतलब इतना गुस्सा आता है ना, मतलब the level of the frustration I do have my inside when the person will come and sir, this year I am thinking I will not write. Same person came in the June and month July and he is saying that sir, I am extremely dedicated, I'll do this, I'll do that. अरे गधे, जब तुमसे नहीं हो सकता था, if you are not able to do that, why you have chosen the target? Why 6-month goal? Why 10-month goal? अरे prepare for a week. Weekly strategy should be there. Prepare a plan for a week and you will come to know that whether I am able to do that or not. Then accordingly you can set the goal for the next week. And human behavior works on what? Reward and punishment. So some people create a reward for himself. What is the reward? I have set the goal for 7 days. I have accomplished. And that has given me the confidence. And then next time you will increase your goal and target. Fine. You will increase your goal and target. You know that you are capable of doing this thing. So this is a better approach. Do not go for Herculean thing driven by emotions and high-handedness. For the beginners, those who are coming from especially middle-class family like me, too much enthusiasm, less strategic focus on execution. So planning, strategy, and execution are the three parts. Plan, appear or not appear. Strategy, finish the main subjects by December and optional if I'm going to appear. Execution, weekly, 10 days, maximum to maximum how many days? 15 days. Not more than that. Execution strategy. Fine. So in these 3 steps you have to do. Understood? Now, see. Mind the explainer pages deeply. Text and context and the science page are pre-digested, examiner grade material. Skipping them for front page churn is a false economy. See, explained section. Fine. Every day or on an average every second, third day, the Hindu and even Indian Express, they provide certain things as an explained. Fine. So you need not to do any work because it is already what? Explained. So it is ready-made material. Fine. Ready-made material. Don't skip that. So the explained section of the newspaper should not be skipped. Simple formula. Why? It is already properly, thoroughly explained. And again, tell me one thing. Newspaper is going to pick those things to explain which are important or random. What newspaper is going to explain? Important or random? Important. So if it is important, why I will miss it? And sir, it might be important for general audience rather than for me as a civil services aspirant. No. The Hindu and the Indian Express are having the great rivalry with each other to attract maximum number of civil services aspirant. India's civil services coaching industry is of 5,000 crores. Fine. And every day the Hindu and the Indian Express, they are getting advertisement in their newspaper worth 50 to 60 lakh daily, combinedly. Fine. So 50 to 60 lakh rupees worth advertisement they are getting. So the civil services aspirants are gold for them. Most loyal people. Jaan de dunga but Hindu nahi chodunga. I'll read the Hindu even at my life. Fine. I'll read Indian Express even at my life. So this is why both newspaper, if you'll buy the subscription of the newspaper, just go to the website. Just for the trial. Go to the website of Indian Express, go to the website of the Hindu and go for the subscription. Fine. And then you will see that they are offering the subscription for UPSC essentials. Like for example, Indian Express. They're offering the subscription newspaper plus UPSC is essential. Similarly, the Hindu also. So you can understand that they are aware that our newspaper is focused by whom? Civil services aspirants. Whereas if you go to the Times of India, Hindustan Times, you will not find such kind of offers. But the Hindu and Express is offering. So, my dear, whatever they are offering you under the explained section, it is ready to digest. Fine. And those people who are doing the offline, they can even cut the cutting and save it. Save it means not in the safe deposit. Here it should be, not in the vault. Fine. Read it and analyze it and underline important facts. So, for example, what is lost and what is gained in the NFHS? That is page number 10. So, let's see whether it is a page number 10 or not. This is the article of PDG Acharya. Text and context. Fine. See, what is lost and what is gained in a National Family and Health Survey number 6. Fine. So this article is well meticulated article. You need not to do anything. Copy, paste. This is an article just to do what? Copy and paste. Fine. And the findings are going to be, maybe you will not able to understand the finding as a beginner, but gradually when we are going to discuss National Family and Health Survey, you will understand. But I'll tell you very convincingly, if you'll pay little bit attention to understand, very few things you have to understand. For example, what mortality rate means. Fine. So if you'll get the basic definition of mortality rate, you will able to understand the NFHS report, National Family and Health Survey report, you will able to understand. So reading this report will let you know how the socio-economic welfare issues is being progressing in India over past 5 years. So again, it's a gold standard news. You have to go through it. So that is why here I have mentioned that. Here I have mentioned that this is what? This is the page you should not ignore. Text and context. And the problem with the Hyderabad edition is sometimes this page is like this of Thanos. Fine. Sometimes this text and context, they will eat. They will not publish in the Hyderabad edition. So this is why it is important. You should do what? This is why it is important. You should make sure that this portion must be done thoroughly and properly. Which portion? The explained section. Here it is called as text and context. Fine. Now, bank data precisely and selectively. When and about is data collection. Fine. When it is about data collection, people turn into that mode. Imagine a situation. You have a mango tree and your neighbor is also having a mango tree. For some reason, your neighbor went outside. No one is at home. You got an opportunity to pick the mangoes from his tree. Are you going to pick 1 or 2 mango? Or you are going to maximize, मतलब जितना आपने लिया बैग में भर लिया पूरा. What you will do? You are going to pick 1, 2? No, majority of the people will try to as maximum as. हाथ में रख लिया, एक मुंह में भी लगा लिया. Maximum to maximum. Even that is not of their use. So when it is something free, when you are going to tell, don't worry, it is free. Just observe the people's reaction. When you say the free, see their eyes. Free. Smile. So this is the problem with the data in the newspaper. Everything is important. Everything have to write. No, never. Only that data which pass which test? Test number 3. More importantly, is it going to be remain there for entire year? That data should be retained, otherwise keep that data. That is why I have mentioned here what? Selectively. For example, India-Oman Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. Second, SIPRI report. Fine. India's current account. Up now see. External quarter 4 2026 current account surplus is this. CAD 0.6%. Now this data is of quarter 4. Quarter 4 data. Economy is divided into 4 quarters: January, February, March, no, April, May, June, July, August, September. Then third quarter is October, November, December, and fourth quarter is January, February, March. So 4 quarters are there. So in the fourth quarter, India have surplus of $7.1 billion. That is not important. Despite that, India have CAD of how much? 0.6%. So current account deficit as an important indicator for economic performance of a country. So now data is final for which financial year? For this financial year, India's current account deficit is 0.6% of GDP. This data will be remain valid till then next June. So for 1 year, this data is going to be used at multiple places. So that is why I have anchored this data along with this. So this is not important, but this data is important. Similarly, SIPRI report, 190 warheads. I have said 100 warheads, but now how much? 190 warheads. So 190 warheads, warhead means here what? Nuclear weapon. 190 nuclear weapon. 190 nuclear weapon they have mentioned. So this data is an important data to keep in the mind. So data should be specific, but data should be selective. So selectiveness and specific data need to be extracted, otherwise rejected. Sir, how I will know that that data is important? Again, the very first step, syllabus and PYQ. So syllabus and PYQ, when you are going to do, you will able to extract this important aspect. Fine. So these are certain things in the newspaper which you have to do. And what not to do? What not to do? I have already told you while telling you what to do. Data should be arbitrary or selective. Data should be specific or random. Specific. Shall I skip the text and context page? No. Shall I go the least priority to the topic which is having the connection with more than one paper? Shall I skip that topic? No. Where I have to give that top priority? To which news I have to give the top priority? Which news? Which news is going to pass all 3 tests and having the integration with what? Having the integration with more than one paper of the general studies or optional, then I have to make a top priority on it. Okay? Understood? Now do one thing. Fine. Today's newspaper, what I have explained you, do this analysis today and try to make notes as I have suggested you today's class. Fine. Give your time, make your notes. Fine. Make your notes and tomorrow show me in the class. Fine. Show me in the class. And if you face any issue, I will attend your query and I will further refine that. But from now onwards, use this method and try to solve it. Those who are already student of CSB, they will get this PDF after the 1 or 2 p.m. because I have to go in the class. Before that, if possible, I'll give you. Otherwise, by 2 p.m., you will get this PDF. For the online students, for this PDF, for this methodology, just wait for the article. This session will be uploaded in the YouTube. I will attach that in the PDF. You will get this. Okay. So Thank you for joining the session. All right, classroom students, please make sure what you are going to do. You are going to use the same method. First, underline the news. Second, set the priority. Set the priority by using 3 test, 4 tier. Then do the work. Then do the work. Do that properly and show me tomorrow. I will check each and everyone's individual's notebook. If not in the class, you can submit. I will check after the class. Fine. Just write in the A4 sheets, and mention your name and email ID. Submit it. I will see that and I will recommend you if any change is required. But that need to be done properly. Okay? Thank you. See you tomorrow.